Now let's bring in investigative journalist and co-host of the Weaponized podcast, Jeremy Corbell. He's also a documentary filmmaker who's made several films focusing on extraterrestrial phenomena. Jeremy, thanks for being here. When you heard the reporting there from Joe Khalil and you heard what Senator Marco Rubio said, I'll ask you the same question I started with Ryan. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it's no surprise to me. Look, I've been investigating this for a long time with my mentor in journalism, George Knapp. You know, Rubio confirmed firsthand knowledge of people working with or on UAP technology, but so did David Grusch. People don't understand that. He interviewed people and also had the ICIG interview them under oath in classified facilities. So this information is coming out. People have been coming forward to me for a long time. We even saw today Representative Gallagher talked openly and eloquently about the UAP subject and what it could mean to humanity, whatever these craft are. So really, the egg is cracking, the information is coming out, and it's pretty exciting.
Are we talking about two different things here? Like you just heard from Ryan Graves say, I've been in he was a pilot, and I've seen things flying in the sky that I didn't recognize, that he didn't think made any sense. And then what David Grusch has come forward with and what Marco Rubio has said, that there's others like him when they're talking about potentially alien spacecraft and a potential retrieval program. Are those two different things in your mind, or is that sort of the same lane?
Right. Well, a lot of these firsthand eyewitnesses have come forward to me and they've explained working on these programs, but then also pilots. If you remember Commander David Fravor, he came forward to me first before he was public. So I got to talk with him about it. And what I've learned is that these things in the skies that are unresolved are oftentimes not made by us. And we've eliminated other adversarial foreign nations. So the big question within the Department of Defense and the intelligence agencies is who's making them? Where are they from? Right. What's the intent? And
what's your answer? What's your guess? You look into this stuff as much as anyone. What's the answer? What do you think?
It is undoubted that our government and our intelligence agencies have sequestered UAP or UFO technologies and have been exploiting them for derivative technologies for decades. And we're seeing multiple nations get on board and start coming forward, including Canada.
Undoubted and decades is a pretty big claim, Jeremy.
It's not a claim, it's fact. And if consensus reality needs to catch up, that's not my problem.
You say it's a fact, and you've looked into it. Can you just broaden on that?
Sure. So there was recently an admission from Canada through a letter to the Minister of Defense that talks about the Five Eyes Foreign Materials Program. This is a program that houses a UFO program, an exploitation program that they found. He was urging the Minister of Defense to get a classified briefing on it because he saw the writing on the wall that Five Eyes is involved, that their country's involved, and they don't want to lose the trust of the Canadian people. We're seeing this all around. It's like a version of the movie Don't Look Up.
So I guess what does Congress have to do next, Jeremy? If there's more voices like yours who are coming forward, what's the next step here then?
Right. So people have come forward to me and told me about their firsthand experiences with these exploitation programs. I have pushed people to Arrow. I have pushed people to the Senate Intelligence Committee. So they need to continue hearing, doing, and actuating the legislation that they have put in place to cut off the funding. That's the carrot and the stick situation. Cut off the funding for illegal UAP reverse engineering programs, but turn it back on for acknowledged ones.
Have they reached out to you? Has anyone from Congress reached out to you? I mean, you're making some...
I can't say.
You can't say, but you won't deny.
No, I'm not denying that. I think it's been well established that I've been trying to assist this process.
And so if a congressional process needs to go forward, I guess when and how is that likely the next step?
Yeah,
when are we talking?
The writing's on the wall. I mean, we're going to have public, open congressional hearings that absolutely talk about this with people with direct knowledge. And I think that's really important to earn back the trust of the American public, because this has been corrosive. The over-classification and secrecy about UFOs and what they represent to humanity, that has been corrosive to public trust. Everybody's been saying that.
I got to say, it is fascinating that Senator Marco Rubio, top Republican on the Intelligence Committee, now has come forward and openly talking about this. And as Joe talked about in the defense bill, they are talking about, quote unquote, non-Earth origin or exotic UAP material. It's out there. The conversation's
It's
happening.
shocking. It's not out there. It's right here. But it's shocking if you haven't heard the basics yet.
All right. We got to leave it there. We'll talk to you again, Jeremy Corbell. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yep.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.